Let's just start, if you don't mind, like start with, we haven't really heard much about the
no
game,
problem.
and just kind of give a quick overview of Age of Wushu.
Okay, it's not loosely, it is based on the Wuxia martial arts beliefs and culture, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or the more loosely adapted Iron Fist, Man of the Iron Fist coming out this weekend. It's fairy tales and folklore of Chinese history. This takes place in the Ming Dynasty era, so it's grounded very much in realism, so you're not going to see minotaurs or dragons just swoop into the cities and start attacking people, but it's not, it is to the point where you can still fly around town with skills, running up walls, like, let's see if I can do that. Oh no, this wall's broken. You didn't see that camera. You can sprint, run on water, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There's abilities that people would have. Come on. Sorry, it's still early for me.
Oh, that's fine. I'm noticing right off the bat, like with the artistic style, it doesn't look like a normal. That was cool.
No, it's
like
not.
Like normal. When I think of an Asian, MMORPG, like this looks more real.
Yeah, it's more. I mean, I call it like there's some artistic styles drawn from ancient paintings and whatnot that they've had. It's very, I call it surreal almost, not like Dali surreal, but it's not quite fantasy, but it's not quite you're not going to see rusted old dingy streets. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could, there are dingy areas, but it's very pretty. Let me just put it that way. It's also not like was it Jade Dynasty or other Asian or even Korean MMOs. They're trying to keep it Asian, but they have those absurd, giant, like over-the-top explosions, or like.
Right.
I mean, it's Final Fantasy, but mixed in with real-world situations.
Exactly.
Let's see if this guy's nope, he's a human. He's a normal guy. Let me try to do a little bit of the combat real quick before I go into the whole detail schools and classes, or lack of classes thereof. Our combat system is a rock, paper, scissors combat style. You have overts, which are just normal attacks, feints, and parries. Parries are automatic skills that activate when you block somebody. So when right here you can see that my successful parry will decrease the target's brawn or their strength. So when this person attacks me, if I block successfully, my parry will automatically activate, and he would. Let's see. Okay. Notice they're up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their brawn has been decreased by 20 because of my parry. Other parries do damage to their actual bodies. Other parries do defense of damage to their weapons or equipment. Some will just stun them or poison them, etc. To get through somebody's parry, you're going to have to do one of the blue movers, the feint maneuvers, right here, which is like in fencing where you fake to go up to the head of somebody, then go cut down low. It's a light maneuver, but it breaks their defense. And then the reds are just your strong, normal, basic blocks here and there.
So the parries, are those passive?
They're passive. They're passive if you block. If you don't block, then you won't get a parry.
Okay, so you're blocking right now.
I was blocking. I'm just letting them punch me for a bit.
Okay, there you go.
So while they're punching me up here, my rage has been building. And rages eventually will let you incorporate this blinking thing down here, which wasn't accessible before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. You get a nice little cinematic combo move. Some of them are much longer, some of them are much stronger.
Yeah,
some skills let you are usable only in the air, because there is ability to fight while up top. Or some skills only let you, if somebody's knocked on the ground, there's like a ground and pound barehanded skill. So there's also those kind of tweaks in the fighting system as well. And fighting these guys isn't going to, I'm not going to get a weapon, I'm not going to get a better skill or anything. Fighting them helps my professions out later on. I pull from their fabric, I pull from their jewelry that they had on, and I can use that through my craftsman or my other professions.
Okay.
They're like a walking ore for mining, basically. The game's basic feature is that there's no class or levels in the traditional sense. When you start out the game, you go through a small little opening town where you learn the combat basics, you learn what certain professions do, and then you're told to go join a school. We have 8 schools of Kung Fu here. Some of them are gender specific, like Shaolin, Imai, except only males or females. Some are profession specific, so you have to have the beggar profession to join the beggar sect, or one of our scholar professions to join the scholars. Then some are evil. You can't join unless you've done some evil deeds to kind of garner that reputation. And these serve as, in a loose sense, our classes. but joining Shaolin is not going to make you a tank, basically, for the rest, or a tank warrior. Joining Tangman is not going to make you a ranged assassin. You learn their basic skills, which do have a heavy staff feature or a heavy punch feature or a lot of light throwing around, but you can learn other skills throughout the game to mix and match through your own style. I may love the Shaolin staff a lot, but once I start fighting Imai or another group of people, I start learning their sword. Seeing that they have this great sword technique, I can steal their skills and learn that sword technique and mix and match with my bare hand to make a better version.
So you're not stuck
confined
to one school
You're
the
stuck,
whole game?
You are. Once I join Wudang, I can't leave and join another school.
Okay, right.
But
you can learn
their skills from
okay.
other schools and mix and match to my own personal form of kung fu. Like when martial arts were created, people would mix and match their judo with their kempo and make their own manifest of whatever sect they wanted to join. And then with our actual skills themselves, you have this is just one of the barehanded skill sets. Barehanded has, I think, at least 8 different skill sets, some I think 10 or 12 max, but you have the shallow kung fu skill set, which are what you learn at the very beginning of the game, basic hand to hand. And then when you click on it, you get a nice little image of what that move does. But then there's also eagle palm, mantis, flowery, step, all those different barehanded skills. Single sword has 5 different skill sets, and then you can mix and match within that skill set with other sword skill sets to create your own better sword skill. And then through just random tasks, or let's see if I can get one right now, you get experience points through tasks, through running, through selling, through anything basically in the game.
So you're building up experience in each skill set.
Well, no, I'm building up a pool of experience.
Okay.
And then once I get enough, I can go to a cultivation menu, and I can choose to cultivate a specific skill that I like.
Oh, okay.
If I've been getting the crap beat out of me, it's because I'm not blocking or my parry's not strong enough. I can choose which parry I like, and then start beefing up that parry, or start beefing up that feint, or that natural, or that rage attack. I can choose what skill I want to increase, but I can overload it or too much or not, etc. And some skills and other things in the game don't unlock until you've increased that skill a certain fold.
Okay, because it's not like you level up, oh, I'm level 1 now, I'm level 2.
No, your
main
skill is level 1.
Just your skill,
Yeah.
okay.
I could have a level 15 skill while everything else is level 1, and it's not going to do me any good if my defense isn't strong enough. But each school has their own like little racial trait, as I like to call it. It's their internal skill. Shaolin has a more meditative state, which as you level that skill up, it levels up your strength or your defense, while leveling up a Wudang skill levels up your internal energy or your magic, basically is what they have. And then we have other skills that aren't combat based, which is the flying skills, walking on water, double jumping, dashing through the air. Then the running up the walls, which I showed earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I saw
you're
that.
recording yet or not. But there is also swimming. I can drown if I chose to. I'm not, I'm a Wushu master, not a god. And then there are mounts in the game. If I chose to, I could have a horse. But if you can run on water, why would you want a horse?
Right.
The
So,
blue bar above my head though would diminish in a normal situation.
Okay,
So
I was going to ask.
Yeah, you can't run forever on walls or water.
Okay, so each move, or like a parry or something, they diminish that.
Oh,
like,
no,
like
the
stamina?
parry wouldn't affect that.
Okay.
Parries and certain moves do take away from this bar, which is your energy, which is your MP. This is your HP and then your MP. But then there is a flying skill bar.
Okay, got
So
it.
if I do jumps or sprint long enough, that bar right there.
Okay, yeah.
Or little dashes. I've had moments where I've tried to run up a wall and I get to the top and I run out of energy and I just fall.
Okay.
I get a little bit of damage done to me, but not too much.
But you're set. We're on like God mode right now.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, not God. Well, I'm on run forever mode.
Right. Yeah.
Charismatic marathon runner mode.
And so, I mean, this game has a lot. It's pretty PvP centric, right?
It's open PvP. I can choose. Right now, I'm not in it, but if I desire to, I can set my PvP to this mode. We have a little rage effect going, so people know. They can see me. Basically, glowing red means, oh, this person's wants to fight
somebody.
anybody.
Okay.
Then I can also choose to click on another player, which we'll get to in a second, and challenge him to a duel. More of a, let me see what your skills are, kind of respectful duel. In a respectful duel, if I take him down to 0, it's, it doesn't kill him. But if I'm walking around with that glowing effect I just had, people can kill me and be like, all right.
Do you get something? Can you loot bodies, or
You can get some reputation.
get reputation?
Yeah. If I kill somebody, I can't loot their body or anything.
Okay.
But I do get that infamy or that reputation that I've been killing people. And then some of the achievements, is based in our identity system. Right now I've got let's go to my titles here. You can get titles through these. You can get some outfits as well. I have a friendship founder because I've made an X number of friends in game, and now I can have this title, and people see that and say, oh, they make friends. They're respectable. School has titles, which more of a status within your school. Right? I'm just a low-level Wu-Dang disciple or something like that. But eventually, you get up to the point where you're immortal Taoist, which is almost a master of your school, to the very end. And then each school has those kind of, and then you have your life, the professions also have that, the gathering professions or the collection, and then the manufacturing, to the point where you are the best blacksmith on your server through making a lot of items or challenging other blacksmiths through mini games. You get a badass blacksmith robe and the title of best blacksmith on the server kind of thing. But it's, more of a flowy language.
When as a master blacksmith, when you can you make items that are a lot better than usable items?
Well, you still can't. As a blacksmith, I can't outright make the best sword in the game. I can make the best component that I can, but I would still need to go to a craftsman or to a chef. I need to go to the craftsman to make a great hilt, or the master craftsman to make a great hilt, the master chef to make the best sharpening of the blade. But the profession that you have, if it's a blacksmith, so you can build some components to help upgrade those buildings of your dojo as well, of your school. If a woodsman can cut down a bunch of trees, some high quality trees to help build those little practice dummies that people can perform kung fu on. I would try to kidnap somebody else, but I don't want to get paralyzed again and have dead air basically for that long. But yeah, that was our map, by the way. This is just the city of Chengdu and the surrounding area around it.
So how big is the world? Is it pretty?
Well, that was Chengdu that I was just in. And then this region has another town and then another few cities. And these are schools, Imai and Tangmen School. And then you have all of this area, which has their own regions and spread out, etc.
So it's pretty much all of China?
All of China during the Ming Dynasty. Cities aren't to scale as they would, but they're pretty big. Like, if I can remember the trends.
How long would it take? You're in the southwest region. Like, how long would it take to get to North China? Like, is it
just walking?
Yeah.
Oof. It takes me about 10 minutes sometimes just to walk from where I am right now. Just to walk from here to there. It would take me
so
about
it's a
10
huge
minutes.
world.
It's really big, yeah. But I mean, you have footholds as well, where I can, if I'm in a city, like the current scene I'm in, I can extend it. Now I have an empty slot for my foothold. Wherever I am, I can choose one of these little areas and then do it. If I have a guild, I can.
Okay, so there's like waypoints, teleporting.
And then, but you have a certain number that you can choose from.
And of
then
course,
there's
mounts.
and then there is also these little stagecoaches where you can just pay money and just have them cart you off, and you get experience from sitting in a stagecoach because they're NPCs and they're just blabbering the whole time. So you learn from those people talking, and you get a little experience to put towards that skill cultivation that I talked about earlier.